All right, welcome back to another Japan Book Hunter, and it's been a while since we've looked at some art books, so I thought today I would dig some art books out of my personal collection, some art books off of our shelves here at Japan Book Hunter, and show them to you. But remember, we have a Patreon. Hop on over there. $5 a month, you get exclusive videos, you get early access to book drops. Last week, we did an amazing art book drop over there, like 45 books. More than half of them sold on Patreon before anyone else got access to them. So if you want to get that hot paper gold, my friends, hop on over to our Patreon. But we here at Japan Book Hunter have revamped our website. It's the first time that we've done it since I started this business 4 years ago. It's got a better design on the landing page. It's going to be much easier to navigate. We categorize everything so that you can find the manga you're looking for, the art book you're looking for, the vintage magazine you're looking for, or the zashi that you're looking for. And when you go to checkout, now you'll be able to see the weight of your package and you can maximize each package to save on shipping. So hop on over to japanbookhunter.com and check out our new website design, layout, navigation, and checkout. Wait, and for the revamp of our website, we're offering 15% off all orders, whether you buy one book or you buy 10 books, my friends. Just put in the coupon code NEW15 at checkout to get your 15% off your order. We're here for art books like Umez Girls Collection. So this book, when it came out retail, it wasn't very expensive. I want to say it was like 5,000 yen or something like that. But since Umez passed away, it has gone up in price significantly. This is out of my personal collection, but you know me, my friends, I'm always on the hunt for rad books. So who knows, maybe there'll be one up on japanbookhunter.com by the time this video comes out. But this is a collection of all of the girls from his many manga. Of course, horror manga is shoujo, so it's made for young girls, so that's why a lot of girls are featured in his manga. This is Senrei, or baptism, never translated into English, and it's because it's a horrible manga. Poor girl's brain gets stolen by her mother, her deformed mother. But it's an amazing story, and the art is amazing. Every splash page is just complete gold. Love it. Let's see what else we have in here. So this is technically not an art book because it's the paperback and the format. I think it's more closer to a MOOC, which is a style of book or guide or art book here. You get a lot of these splash pages from various manga like Senrei, but you get a little bit of short manga in here too. You get explanations. This is, of course, Orochi, the famous cover of Orochi. Love this manga too. I mean, I think I've literally read almost every Umez manga that he's ever produced, but some of the early Kashihon stuff, I mean, like, some of them I've read, some of them I've kind of honestly skimmed through because they get a little bit dated. That stuff from like the early 60s, it's just not as fun, not as violent, not as scary as the newer stuff that he did from, you know, the 70s on. Orochi's a great series though, which was released by Viz, so the English is available. I love this because it gives you Orochi splash pages from the manga magazines. But this is a great book. Of course, My Name is Shingo. Some interviews, the Possessed by Fox girl possessed by fox. This is one of his old Kashihon, and I actually did read this one. But his old art style, I mean, he still did the eyes, he still did the surprise expressions. He did all the fun stuff, you know? He just got better at it over the years. And of course, the best splash page, best opening to any horror manga in history, Rusty Scissors, of course, God's left hand, devil's right. And that is Umez Kazuo's beautiful girls collection, Bishoujo collection. Satoshi Kon fan. Everybody loves some Satoshi Kon. Today I was digging around online trying to find some prices on what these are going for, and they are still expensive, my friends. This one's my personal copy. but you know, if I can find one at a reasonable price for you guys, then I will pick it up. But yeah, if everybody loves Perfect Blue. Everybody loves Paprika, Millennial Actress. This is called Kon's Works. Satoshi Kon, I'm gonna say 1982 to 2010. 1982 to 2010. She. I sometimes know my stuff, my friends. Actually, I just surprised myself. Nice. Tokyo Godfathers, another great one. You know, they find a baby. The homeless find a baby. They take care of the baby. It's all about the baby. Paranoia Agent, which, you know, it's not one of my more favorite stories. The character design is amazing. And of course, the classic, Paprika, Dreaming Machine, Ohio. You get some storyboards in here. And I believe in the back there's some unfinished stuff, some comic stuff he did, Opus and stuff like that. And here in the back, I want to say there's, I don't know what these are, record covers? Oh, look at that. And that is Kon's work. Kon's Works, 1982 to 2010, Satoshi Kon. Keep it going. So I tell you guys, I only sell the cleanest books in the biz. The reason why is because I want collectors to get what they paid for, you know? That's why we ship the way we ship, we pack the way we pack. And this book, Blam and So On, is a classic. The Japanese version is very hard to find. The Glénat French edition, like this one, is also expensive and hard to find. And this one, check out that corner. I bought this online like a dumbass, frankly, like a dumbass, and it came like that because they didn't know how to pack their books properly. And was I gonna sell it? Yeah. Did I sell it? Nope, because we only sell the crispy and clean ones, my friends. Unless it's like super vintage. I mean, something 40, 50 years old, of course, it's gonna have wear and tear and some fading and stuff like that. But other than that, I try my best. Look at that Wolverine, collaboration with X-Men. Matrix collab. Dang, here, let me get that up there for you. Of course, Tsutomu Nihei. It's great. The world building is great. The planet is huge. I've talked about it before, but there's a great documentary on YouTube where a guy spends like an hour, he's like an hour and a half, 2 hours of breaking down everything, all the physics of the planet, the distances, the sizes, the depths of the world. Like, he breaks it down deep, which is pretty cool watch. You almost have to be a scientist to understand it all, and I'll tell you what I am not, is a scientist. Connoisseur of fine arts, my friends. It's great. There's another one, oh, it's called Bram Oroshi. So like, I guess it wants to be like sketches from Bram and stuff like that. And of course, Bram is the sound of an explosion, or it could be a gunshot, a gun report. It's great, great book. Some other works in here. Man, the man can draw environments like no other, but that's Blam and So On. And another one, my friends, so this one, this is all my fault. I messed up. So I picked up this Glénat edition of course, Yukito Kishiro, who did Alita Battle Angel. This is Alita Battle Angel art mostly. And it's called ARS Manga, Magna, not manga. See, I read manga so much. I was opening it, and check this out. I was opening the bubble wrap, cut it with the razor blade, cut it with the old X-Acto knife, the old box cutter, or whatever I was using, and I messed up the spine. So this became mine. And I felt so bad after I did it. And you know what? I was gonna sell it initially, that's why I bought the book. And I'm glad I didn't, because I'm almost glad I cut it. Cut a fool to keep it. So good. I got the big oversized deluxe editions of the manga. And I read volumes 1 and 2 a few months back. Maybe it was over winter, to be honest. And then I took a break. I need to get back on them. But I did rewatch the anime here about 2 months ago. Very fun. Dang. Kishiro can draw. The full color pages are my favorite. I mean, I'm a sucker for process, seeing like sketches and roughs and kind of the process behind, behind how stuff is made. But when it comes to this, these full finished color pages are just unbeatable. It's just so good. This is another one that I'm on the hunt for, my friends. So who knows? Hop on over to japanbookhunter.com. Maybe I restocked it. Maybe it's up there. And there's a whole stack of stuff here that definitely is up there. So, lots of Alita. And Barjack Rhapsody. Yeah, sorry, I could look at that all day. Let's keep it going. You know what? I've probably had this book on the shelf for a year, and I know you guys are into sick stuff like me, but I love Doraemon. The genga art of Doraemon. And I have one of these in my personal collection too. This probably was released in 2022, maybe 2023. It's not that old. Comes with a little reproduction genga page there. Nobito and a dinosaur. Name that dinosaur below, because I forget what those water ones were. It comes with a supplemental, which is a manga of like genga pages, original manga pages. Well, I mean, they're not original, but they are of the unfinished with the, you can see the whiteout and you can see the taped on speech bubbles, speech words in the speech bubbles. Just standard for, especially for this era, pre-digital. The color pages are sick, very nice. Love me some Doraemon. Then you get this book, which is just great. And again, I guess I'm kind of, a little bit of a, and it's in English, this is bilingual as well, at least the introduction is. I guess I'm kind of a big fan of Doraemon because when I first came to Japan, I could not, I'd studied Japanese for a few years in the States, but I did have a lot of trouble, with my reading and writing and daily communication. It takes time. And reading Doraemon, reading Sazai-san, reading easy to read manga helped me out immensely. So I've read a ton of Doraemon over the years. Yeah, I think it's bilingual throughout. Sick. Lots of splash pages and panels and just fun Doraemon stuff. And so, to be honest, people forget that with all the time travel and all the magic pocket, Doraemon gets a little psychedelic once in a while. Floating through space. Going through the magic door. Probably high as a kite, that Nobito. He's growing something in his backyard out there in the suburbs. Here's another one that I've really been into lately. And if you follow us on Instagram, I'm a huge Yasushi Nitasawa fan. I've been picking up Nitasawa art books. I've been picking up Nitasawa manga, Nitasawa figures, a little bit of everything lately. They go quickly. Yeah, keep an eye on our Instagram because that's where I post like the hot stuff that we get in. And one of them is my favorite Kamen Rider Blade, Undead Green Blood. These are the Kaijin, or the, those monster characters from Kamen Rider that he must battle. And so you get, on the left page, you get the concept art. You get the man in the rubber suit. Then you get the finished drawing by Nirasawa, which, came from the concept art, obviously. Still has the old Hagaki in here. Sick. That's always a score. Hagaki is like a postcard, but it also could be like the questionnaire card. This is a questionnaire card. Undead Green Blood is a fun one. Nira's Blood is great. I had one of those recently. It sold. When we do those like Patreon drops, the Nirasawa stuff sells quickly, Imagine without the E at the end. I'm not sure why. Yeah, character design and I've also been picking up some SMH and some Replicant, less so, but SMH, it's a toy figure magazine, right? And Nitasawa has done a lot of illustrations, and of course he's made so many toys over the years, so much figure design, that he's in like every issue of those. So if you S.M.H, great magazine for Nitasawa stuff. I got a few more things I want to show you. Keeping it going, I just got 1, 2, 3, 4 more things to show you, so hang tight right here, because I'm gonna bust them out. But first of all, this is my personal one that is open, but I have one more Zoku Shingo complete box set, still sealed and wrapped. So if you want a crispy clean brand new one, you can have one, my friends. You just have to hop on over there and buy it. It comes with a slipcover, which is a heavy box too. It's great quality. And these were released after his final exhibition. His final exhibition catalog is very hard to get. I mean, it was hard. It was hard for me to get. I went to the exhibition. They didn't have them printed yet. You had to sign up with a QR code to be able to buy one later. I did that. At some point, I closed out that window on my phone and I could never find it again. I wasn't able to buy one straight from the exhibition, so I had to wait until after the exhibition, buy one secondhand for God knows how much, all marked up and stuff. Marked up in price. But this, the Zoku Shingo complete box set, they are still floating around. And of course, it's from Zoku Shingo is the follow-up to My Name is Shingo. All large-sized paintings, because by this time, Umez's hands weren't working so well. Of course, this character is based off of a Miyazaki character, Hayao Miyazaki of Ghibli fame. And seeing these paintings in person was amazing, but then at the same time it was kind of like, dang man, I wish you could stay young forever, because Umez just had the most amazing chops, you know? His manga is so sick. So tons of drawings from My Name is Shingo and, you know, Zoku Shingo. The rough sketches are great. Also pretty trippy, man. Pretty trippy. And then the second book looks like this. Both hardcover, of course. This is an explanation of the box set. You'd have to hit that with Google Lens if you don't sprechen the Japanese, but oh wait, we're going this way. Oh, look at that inside cover. Creepy. There we go. And this is art from the original My Name is Shingo. Splash pages. It's some of the classics. Right there, the large escalator one. Largest escalator in the world. I mean, the red book, rad. His last stuff, the last stuff that he produced that was made public. But the classic stuff is just my favorite, you know? It's what, I mean, it really was Hino Hideshi, Umez, that really got me into horror manga. Got me into selling weird horror manga like I still do to this day. Fun stuff. Yeah, that's sick. And that's not Zipatone. Those are all hand-drawn dots. I mean, if you look really closely, there's variance in everything. It's not digital. Those are just little teeny hand-drawn dots, pixels. Sick. And don't know how he did it, but he did it. True master. That's the Zoku Shingo complete box set. And I'm not going to show the inside of this because the last art book video I did, I showed you posters. Otomo, Katsuhiro times graphic design. Hey Brandon, what was the name of that YouTube video? I found way too many art books in Japan. If you go back there, I go through posters in detail, but I found another one. This one has the poster, perfect condition in it, the fold out, you know, Tetsuo poster, and it still has the Hagaki or the questionnaire cards, 2 of them in there. So it's a complete, perfect posters set that is up on the website. Of course, if you're gonna show Otomo, keep it in the family, my friends. This is Reiwa by Shohei Otomo, Otomo's son. This is super hard to find these days, but if you follow Shohei Otomo, which you should, on Instagram and everywhere else. He recently posted some of these for 8,000 yen each because they had a bunch of damage in the lower corner down here. They were all damaged, lower left-hand corner, and he was selling them, and these retailed for 22,000 yen. So that's retail price was 22,000 yen, and then which is what I bought mine for when it came out. And then now online they go anywhere from 40,000 yen to 60. Some cycles are selling them for 80,000 yen. So I don't know. I'm trying to find more, another like a nice stack of these, but they are very hard to find. And if you follow us on Patreon, you've probably heard me talk about Shohei before in his style, but it takes him supposedly 4 to 6 months to do one painting. This is all done with a ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pen. One tool. Just grinding and grinding and grinding and getting that ultimate detail, you know? But still keeping it, you know, fantastical. Keeping it fantastical and keeping it very, you know, anti-establishment, somewhat political, and very Japanese. God, the hammer is sick. I had some posters. He did a poster drop a couple years ago, and I bought a stack of his posters, but dang, those things flew off the shelf, and I did not keep one for myself because I'm a psycho, and also because I have a print from one of his exhibitions that was held probably 6 years ago that he signed. So I have his signature. There's the classic kill all the pigs, basically. And then his classic, which was the cover, the girl, all the concept drawings for it. Above heaven, under heaven, I alone am worthy of honor. The detail in them, you know, like the Pikachu, the, you know, Frozen, My Little Pony, Ampaman, Buzz Lightyear, Bart Simpson, Mononoke Hime, Powerpuff Girls. I mean, it's just great. Spidey doing the Michelangelo based off of Noriyoshi Orai depiction of Spider-Man as in the Michelangelo pose, but not this pose, the standing pose of David, which was written by Ikegami Ryoichi, or drawn by Ikegami Ryoichi. There's the full piece, and then he also does sculpture. So the back portion of this book is his sculptures. I'll tell you what, if you really, really need this book, I'm not just gonna buy one just to throw up on the website because they're so expensive and they're so hard to find, and there's always a risk of getting one damaged, or, I mean, they're impossible to find in the shops. You have to buy them from a second-hand seller here in Japan online, and they usually are quite expensive. But if you really, really want one, DM me either on Instagram, info@japanbookhunter.com is our email, or if you're on the Patreon, you can hit me up over there, or you can comment below here. But again, better to hit me up one of those places and I will find you one. Because they're out there, it's just, dang, they are expensive. And finally, I do have a little bit of some little ones here that I really dig. Of course, I'm a big fan of indie artists, independent artists, and this is Rina Yoshioka. She's an illustrator. She does kind of Showa era kind of illustration style illustrations. Lots of ladies, lots of kind of night scenes and stuff like that. This is her zine, and this is her second zine that I was able to find. She doesn't sell these online. You can't buy them on like Amazon or something like that. She sells them at small shops around Tokyo. So I bought this one at a small shop in Asakusa, and this one at a small shop in Kanda. So they're around, but I was able, because I knew those shops, I was able to buy them signed by Miss Yoshioka. And they are cute, man. I'll go from back to front in this one. These are all traditional Japanese paddles that you would use for like a kind of a badminton style game back in the day that upper class ladies would play. You say geisha, but that's not the right word, you know. But they're cool. Look at the snake lady, very cool. Maybe some sort of a hostess lady or lady of the night. Lady in a jar with an octopus. Lady eating mochi and azuki. Lady in a cup of miso with an onigiri. Yeah. And this one, Kasutori Nishinoshi, Kasutori West City. Again, she went back to that paddle theme, but with the New Year's ones for prosperity. I forget the name of them in Japanese. I should have done my research or had a little Japanese lesson with myself before we started this thing, but I do not like to study anymore, my friends. And that, my fine friends, is some of the art books out of my personal collection and that we have on the shelf here at Japan Book Hunter. I appreciate you all for being here. Remember, Japan Book Hunter on Instagram and Japan Book Hunter over there on the Patreon. So $5 a month gets you access to all of the exclusive content weekly, as well as the exclusive drops. So you get access to art books like these before everyone else. And for $10 a month, I will build a box personally for you so that you can save on shipping over a month period. But we limit that to 25 people because I only have so much time, you know. People make requests. Sometimes I can't find the book that they request. Other times I can. So that's a benefit that you get. But last time I checked, there was 24 people in there. So who knows? Sometimes people drop out. So you might want to check it out if you want me to do special hunting just for you. If you do want to visit the wonderful Japan Book Hunter headquarters, then send us an email at info@japanbookhunter.com or DM me over on Instagram, Japan Book Hunter, of course, and we can set up a date and time for your visit. We always welcome visitors and we never allow more than one group in here at a time. That's why it is appointment only, so that you can have exclusive access to our shop while you're here visiting Koenji, Tokyo. And until next time, my fine friends, always happy to be here, always happy that you are here, and またね